Good afternoon and welcome to Brown School Field for this afternoon's MIAA Division III matchup between the visiting Pentucket Panthers of Pentucket Regional High School and your own Case High School Cardinals. Tyler Clark, Swansea Community Network going solo in this game to bring you this exciting playoff action between the 3-seeded Case Cardinals and the 14-seeded Pentucket Panthers. It is Wednesday, June 3rd, a beautiful, bright and sunny afternoon here in Swansea, Massachusetts, as the Cardinals prepare for another postseason, hopefully making a deep postseason run. First year as a Division III team, coming in recently as the back-to-back Division IV state champions, and they transitioned to D3 this year. They've already won their opening round matchup on Sunday by a final score of 13-0, and they look to take on the Pentucket Panthers, who are fresh off a victory as well. Earlier on this week, pitcher Lila Alvarez taking her warm-up throws on the mound. I will go top to bottom for the Pentucket lineup for you before we get started. Batting leadoff, shortstop and the only senior on the roster, Sarah Freitas, followed by Cam Bonu, Caitlin McCoy, Callie White, Sierra Penny, Maze Brush, Michaela Gabardi, Evie Spalding, Claire Champion. 1-9 for the Panthers. Shortstop Emma Birkinshaw is not hitting. She will play the field exclusively. For the Cardinals, we'll go through the defensive alignment for you. The battery, of course, Lila Alvarez and catcher Olivia Williams. In the infield, Kaylin Durand taking her usual spot at first. Mia Catano at second. Aliana Jesus at short. And Aubrey Teacap at third. The outfield, right field, Cindy Furtado. Center field, Meg Pereira. And left field, Izzy Carvara, who will be not hitting and only playing the field. And throw down from Williams will get us started here from Brown School Field for an exciting matchup between Case High and Pentucket. If you're watching this game live, we appreciate your support as always of Swansea Community Network. Please share the game, if you like, with family, friends, anyone you think would be interested in checking it out. We always appreciate the support as we are underway. For number 77 leadoff hitter Sarah Freitas for the Panthers, as Alvarez's first pitch. This is it isn't for a strike, excuse me, and we are underway. Alvarez, the junior pitcher for the Cardinals, commit to URI in 2 years to play softball for the URI Rams. And she's ahead of Freitas, 0-2 to get things started in the afternoon. In between innings, I'll go through both teams' postseason paths so far for you. It's easy enough to look that up online. Alvarez looking to retire her first hitter of the game, and she does so on strikes. She gets Freitas at an off-speed pitch, and there's one away in the top of the first.
Number 17, Cam Bono.
Number 17, Cam Bono, catcher for the Panthers, due up now. Bono, a left-handed hitter up at the plate. As Alvarez gets poised and deals, and that misses up. It's the first time I remember Case playing Pentucket High School in anything ever, at least in my time as the broadcaster for Case High School. Probably combined with their transition to D3, that ball misses low and outside. It'll be 2-0 to Bonu. Very good turnout of fans for both teams. Speaking with some Pentucket fans earlier, helped me with the lineup, which I appreciate. That pitch is in for a strike, 2-1 to Bonu. Alvarez looking poised as always. Yeah, that looks like they missed outside. 3-1. Alvarez falls behind Bonu. 33, Caitlin McCoy waits on deck, center fielder and the number 3 hitter for the Panthers. And that's in for a strike. Alvarez battles back as a full count. And 3-2 pitch in the air to left center field. That's into the gap. Bonu's going to touch first. He heads for second. Carvara's throw gets in quickly, but it's no match. And Bonu with a double for the Panthers as they get their first base runner of the game in scoring position with one away here in the top of the first. And number 33, center fielder Caitlin McCoy up at the plate. So Cam Bonu with the double after the Sarah Freitas strikeout began the top of the first. And Alvarez in for a strike. One pitch to McCoy and fouled behind. And we'll do it again. Pulling up the live feed so I can do a check on that. And the 0-2 pitch from Alvarez. That's going to miss low and in the dirt. Williams does not let that get by her. So we have 7 live viewers right now. Appreciate the support. I know the link was shared among some Pentucket parents. So thanks for checking out Swansea Community Network. 1-2 pitch coming up to McCoy. And swing and a miss. Alvarez gets her with the off speed, and there's 2 away in the top of the first. That runner stays at second.
Third baseman, number 9, Callie White.
And third baseman, number 9, Callie White, the number 4 hitter, up to bat. One of the 4 captains for Pentucket, along with Kira Penny and Michaela Gabardi. And that ball misses up and away. So Cam Bonu still at second. She hit second in the game and had a double into the gap left center field. And fouled behind. It'll be 1-1. Yeah, another foul behind. That one off of, looks like a van. And it'll be 1-2 as Alvarez is 1 pitch away from getting herself out of a first inning jam. And the pitch from Alvarez. He missed. Looks like outside. I can't really tell where I am down the left field line. Alvarez checks her wristband, and time is called. Two pitch. And a swing and a miss. Alvarez gets out of the jam. She records 3 strikeouts in the first inning. So no runs, 1 hit and 1 left on for the Panthers in the top of the first as Alvarez picks up 3 strikeouts. And we head to the bottom of the first. The umpire just had a word with a case about something. I have no idea what. I'm not privy to those conversations. Going over to say something now to the Pentucket coach as I get things sorted out. I'm losing my lineup card. It is sunny, but it is also quite windy. A longtime nemesis of Case High School, of course, is the wind. As we get things sorted out in between innings, I will go through the Case lineup top to bottom for you. Not many changes as is usual. Pretty consistent for the Cardinals. Batting leadoff Sydney Furtado, followed by Kaylin Duran, Aliana DeJesus, Lila Alvarez, Meg Pereira, Mia Catano, Aubrey Teacup, Madison Silva, and Olivia Williams. Madison Silva, who's not catching, is the DH. And Izzy Carrara playing left will not be hitting. For the Panthers defensively, Kiera Penny will be your pitcher. Cam Bonu is the catcher, making up the battery for the Panthers. The infield, Michaela Gabardi at first, Mies Brush at second, Callie White at third, and Sarah Freitas I have as the shortstop. So Birkinshaw, actually, I apologize before, is playing left. And then the outfield is Emma Birkinshaw, who is not hitting, just playing the field. Caitlin McCoy and Claire Champion in right field for the Panthers. Yes, I did say Birkinshaw was playing short. That is incorrect. She's in left field.
Bottom of the first inning for your Cardinals, right fielder, number 22,
Sydney Furtado, usual leadoff hitter for the Cardinals, up to bat. So I write down the defensive side of things for the Panthers. Case dugout as lively as always, as Penny sets face off against the Cardinals. And the first pitch to Furtado is going to miss low.
Come on, Abe, we need you, buddy.
Sydney Furtado has been batting leadoff and playing the outfield in every game that I have done for Swansea Community Network this year, except for one. She came in as a later game substitution in the Bourne game. Everything else that I've seen, she's been a stalwart in that leadoff position. She's bounced between left and right field, and that pitch is way up. Penny throws quite hard. First impressions look at her in this one. It's a big 3-0 to Furtado. As Penny looking to get one over, and it misses low. It's a 4-pitch walk. So Furtado does not swing. And the Cardinals have a base runner.
17,
And Kaylin Durand, timeout called as she goes to have a conversation with Shannon Silva. Durand always a consistent threat at the top of the lineup. Every game I've seen into the gap, the long single or a double, and that beautiful work of art bat that she has based off of the Firecracker Popsicle, and she drops a bunt down. It's a well-placed bunt. Everyone's going to be safe. And Durand reaches on an infield single. Furtado advances to second, and the Cardinals now have 2 on in the bottom of the first.
number 8,
Durand happened to perfectly just deaden that in no man's land between home plate and the pitcher's mound. So she reaches on an infield single, Furtado to second, and it's Aliana DeJesus. And she looks at a ball inside. The 1-0 to the sophomore shortstop. The Cardinals have significant speed on the base paths right now, and a chopper foul from DeJesus. Go through the MIAA softball rankings for you in between the innings. And that misses. Pentucket came in 13-6 as the 14 seed. They knocked out number 19 seed Notre Dame Academy on Monday in the game. And that misses up. It'll be 3-1 to DeJesus. Penny has to get this under control. A walk would load the bases for Lila Alvarez. Three-one pitch, and on the ground, base hit up the middle. They're gonna send Furtado. There goes Furtado, the throw home. It's an excellent throw, right on a seam. The tag is made. Everyone else is safe. So a major shout out in center field to Caitlin McCoy. That was a laser throw that nailed Furtado. So JCHS with the single. She advances to second. Durant up to third. An aggressive send from Shannon Silva.
The pitcher.
But a major, major shout out to Caitlin McCoy. That throw was absolutely perfect to nail Furtado at the plate. And there's one away in the bottom of the first, although the Cardinals do have two in scoring position. And Lila Alvarez taking more of a powerful approach to her swing this year, as we talked about with her dad Randy on the broadcast last month. Has a few home runs to her name to boot. We saw one of them on air. And that pitch looked like it got away and slipped from Penny's hands. It'll be a ball in the dirt. It'll be 2-0 to Alvarez. 1 out in the bottom of the first. Still 0-0. And that missed. It'll be 3-0 to Alvarez. First base is open, but that would load the bases for Meg Pereira. And that missed up and in, and Alvarez works a walk. That's the second walk issued so far by Penny.
Number 13.
And now we have the bases loaded with 1 out for Meg Pereira. Home run potential every time she gets up there. And a swing and a miss there, looking for the fences. And Penny ahead. Still 1 out in the bottom of the first. Bases full of Cardinals. Durand at third, JCHS at second, and Alvarez at first. And in the air down the right field line. Is that going to be playable? It is caught. They're going to tag up the runner, and it'll go down as a sac fly. So Durand scores. JCHS up to third. Alvarez stays where she is at first. So Pereira out on the sacrifice fly. She picks up an RBI, and the Cardinals into the run column. It's 1-0. Catano with a foul ball, so that's going to send Alvarez back to first. And that misses low. Alvarez will take second uncontested. I figured that would happen. So the Cardinals now with 2 in scoring position with 2 away. Catano, the sophomore second baseman. And on the ground, back to the pitcher, knocked down. And no one's going to go do anything with that. It's going to be an infield single and an RBI. JCHS scores. Alvarez up to third. So Penny got a glove on it, but not enough to do anything with her. Probably actually going to go check on her. She looks a little gimp after that. I'm not quite sure where that hit her. But Catano reaches on an RBI infield single. And it's 2-0 Case in the bottom of the first. We're going to see if Penny can continue in the game. She is in a lot of pain. Play has stopped for the time being. And they are going to let Penny's going to continue pitching, stretching out that left leg. I didn't see, and we don't have instant replay available. I did not see exactly where that struck her. Regardless, we still have 2 on, 2 out in the bottom of the first. There goes Catano uncontested for second. She'll take it, stolen base. And it's Aubrey Teakep, the sophomore third baseman for the Cardinals, number 7 hitter. 2 runners in scoring position, and that misses up. Case already up 2-0. Runs coming by way of a Meg Pereira sac fly and a Mia Catano infield single. Have plated 2 runs. And that's in for a strike to Teakep. Maria swung the bat quite well this year. 2 more years out of her to follow. Off-speed pitch, all over that is Teakep down the line. That's a fair ball. That's going to score 2 runs. Teakep on her way to second. The ball's going to come in, and it's a RBI double for Aubrey Teakep. And it's a 4-0 lead for the Cardinals.
The designated player, number 24.
So TCAP was ahead of that, but still managed to get very good contact on it. And down the line it goes, and it swells the Case lead. It's 4-0 in the bottom of the first. And a very dangerous Case lineup. DH Madison Silva. Brady Kudo, if you're watching this game, Madison Silva is not catching. I can confirm she is the DH. Inside joke I had with Brady in the last game we did, and Silva looks at that one up. It's 1-1. T-Kep at second, still runner in scoring position for the Cardinals. And remember, the first out of the inning was Sidney Furtado being thrown out at home plate. So it could be 5-0. And a swing and a miss from Silva. It'll be 1-2 as Penny brings the gas there. Kiara Penny, the pitcher for the Panthers. And Silva swings and misses. Drop third strike. They have to complete the out. Actually, I stand corrected as a foul tip. It was a foul tip that was not secured, so that will be a foul ball, and we'll try again. If that was not tipped, she would have had to make it to first. And a swing and a miss there for real. And Silva down on strikes. Penny picks up her first strikeout of the game, but the Cardinals strike for 4 runs. And I count 4 hits, and they strand 1. And after 1 inning here at Brown School Field, the Case Cardinals lead by a score of 4-0. Up to 14 live viewers now. Appreciate the viewership, the likes here at Swansea Community Network. We do have a live chat if you want to drop a comment. How the game's going, I'll periodically check. But excellent first inning for Case, as we've been accustomed to seeing for a number of years here at Case I. They were the back-to-back Division IV state champions, and the year before that they lost in the state championship. They switched to D3 this year, has netted them the 3 seed. The 1 seed is the DR Falcons, 2 is Norton. Number 4 seed Tantasco Regional, that's out in Central Mass. Number 5 Apponequet, 6 is Foxborough. If Case were to win this game, that is presumably the team that they would face.
Leading off top of the second.
In the next round, Gloucester the 7, St. Mary's the 8, St. Paul Diocesan is the 9, Cardinal Spellman is 10, and Greater Bedford Voke is the 11. Fairhaven High School, the 13 seed. Good season overall for the Fairhaven Blue Devils with the help of pitcher Brianna Pierce, the freshman. We saw them in 1 game this year. I load up the bracket, which is extremely slow to load up. Pentucket fresh off of an 8-7 victory over Notre Dame Academy in their game at 4 o'clock on Monday. As Alvarez pitches to her opposite number here, Kiara Penny, the pitcher for the Panthers, due up. It'll be 5, 6, 7, Penny, Brush, and Gabardi for the Panthers. I did have to inquire about this. Pentucket High School is located in West Newbury, Massachusetts. It's a regional high school made up of towns of West Newbury, Merrimack, and Groveland. Us folk down here in southeastern Mass don't see Pentucket High School very often. I don't think as I said before, I don't think I've ever seen them before, at least playing Case. So this is always interesting when you're doing the state tournament. You're seeing brand new teams you're not used to seeing. And Alvarez misses low. Remember, Penny took a shot on the single from Catano back in the first. I have to see how it's going to affect her mobility going forward. She did complete the inning and stayed on the mound after she was struck with that single. But it definitely did hurt. And a foul behind. Two-strike pitch coming up to Penny from Alvarez. And a swing and a miss. Alvarez with her 4th strikeout already.
The second base.
And there's one away in the top of the second.
Come on, May.
Maislyn Brush, I was told she goes by Maze, so that's what I will call her. Second baseman, number 28 for the Panthers. Number 6 hitter in the lineup. And that's going to be in for a called strike of the knees. Alvarez has been on fire lately, as she usually is in the state tournament. And another called strike to Brush. And it'll be 0-2 to the Panthers' second baseman. And that missed a little low and inside. It'll be 1-2 to Brush. And pop up in the infield. That should be no issue out there for Catano. And she puts it away. 2 away in the top of the second. Their first baseman, MIAA Gabardi, one of the 4 captains for the Panthers this year.
Come on, Mick, start us off, kid.
MIAA, or Mick is her nickname, would be number 7 hitter. She looks at a called strike. If Gabardi were to reach, then DH Evie Spalding would hit next. And that misses low and in the dirt. And so 1-1 count to Gabardi. 2 outs in the top of the second. Cardinals lead 4-0 after a 4-run first inning against the visiting 14-seeded Pentucket Panthers in this D3 MIAA softball tournament. And a high fly ball to left field. Carvara going back, and she makes the catch. Good range out there by Carvara. And it's 3 up, 3 down for the Panthers in the top of the second. And it remains a 4-0 game as we head into the bottom of inning number 2. Panthers coming in with a 13-6 record. They said that was good enough for the number 14 seed in the D3 MIAA softball tournament. They knocked off Notre Dame Academy, the 19 seed, in the last time out. Pentucket. Well, teams I'm noticing on their schedule looking up now that I'm unfamiliar with, as I don't know Northeastern Mass very well. The Central Catholic Raiders they've played this year. And I just knocked off Notre Dame. Notre Dame looking at max preps right now. Some information on this team. They've played Haverhill, they've played Linfield High School, Ipswich High School, Newburyport High School, just to name a few, Triton Regional High School. So definitely teams that Case would not normally see unless they're, of course, in a state tournament of some kind, which is what we have going on right now. With the 16 live viewers, Adam Kitchen. That's, of course, probably because it's a state tournament. But it doesn't seem a lot to you at home. They're like, there's only 16 viewers. I'm like, ladies and gentlemen, I usually have an audience of like 2. We have usual regular season games. We get our viewers after the count, so this is great for Swansea Community Network to get some attention. Olivia Williams on the ground to short. That's going to be through. The wickets there took a weird hop from Freitas and gets by the center fielder too. Williams going to head on up to second. So Williams will reach, and it'll go down as an E6, although they did take a very wonky hop on shortstop Freitas. And Williams makes it up to second. And we go back to the top of the order. It was 9-1-2 due up for the Cardinals with Williams, Furtado, and Duran. And Duran showing bunt but pulls it back. She walked on 4 pitches in the first and was thrown out by McCoy as she tried to score on the JCHS single. And Furtado showing bunt again, pulls it back. Not surprised, this is an aggressive Case team. When they can bunt, they do bunt. But Furtado ahead 2-0 in the count. Williams at second. And that's going to miss up again. So Furtado 1 pitch away from another 4-pitch walk. It'll be 3-0 to Furtado. Kaylin Duran on deck. Yeah, that's in for a strike. No longer showing bunt. 3-1. She might show it here, 3-1. Panthers are expected. She does show it, and she does bunt, but it is foul. Third baseman Callie White was prepared for Pentucket.
Let's go, be strong, kid. Keep fighting, buddy.
And it'll be a full count to Furtado. Yeah, that misses up. Furtado works her second walk. The third walk issued by Penny so far in the game. And it's Kaylin Durand. She tried to bunt in the first. It actually reached on an infield single. Now she has 2 runners on with no outs. She's not showing bunt. She's going to swing away. That ball gets by the catcher. Both runners advance. So now the Cardinals with 2 in scoring position with no outs in the bottom of the second inning. For Kaylin Durand. And she's going to pop that up high and foul. And they'll send a young fan to go chasing after that ball. 1-1 count coming up to Kaylin, one of the senior captains for the Cardinals, along with Meg Pereira. And that's low and inside. Actually, I stand corrected. That's a called strike. This is a delayed strike call. I'm going to see it when the umpire signals it. And foul behind. And Durand will try again. 1 strikeout so far from Penny. This would obviously be an excellent time for a second one. With the teeth of the Case lineup due up and with 2 runners in scoring position. Now that's an off-speed pitch, but that dribbles up to the plate. It'll be 2-2 to Durand. Yeah, misses way up. It'll be a full count now to Kaylin. First base is open, but that would load the bases with no outs for Aliana DeJesus if she were to reach. Very, very, very dangerous Case lineup, as we've seen numerous times this year. Full count pitch to Durand, and that missed low. And another walk. That's 4 of them from Penny so far. The bases are now loaded. For Aliana DeJesus, sophomore shortstop who singled in the first. Almost had an RBI, but Furtado was thrown out at home on the single. But the bases are loaded with no outs. And on the ground, tipped away by the shortstop, but that's going to hold everyone. It'll be an RBI infield single. Freitas got a glove on it that probably prevented a second run from coming home. But Williams scores. Furtado to third, Durand to second. And it's an RBI infield single for DeJesus. That's 5-0 Case. Still no outs in the bottom of the second. Here's Lyle Alvarez, the pitcher. And that's in the dirt and blocked by Banu. Pentucket seeing why Case is such a talented and loaded team. Alvarez looks at another ball outside. There's nowhere to put her. If she were to walk, that would force home a run. Bases loaded. No out still in the bottom of the second inning. And that misses up and away, and that is now really in the danger zone for Penny. A 3-0 count with the bases loaded. Alvarez doesn't have to swing if she doesn't like it. And that's in for a strike. Penny composes herself there. 3-1 to Alvarez. Meg Pereira waits on deck. The ball in the outfield will score at least one. 3-1 pitch to Alvarez. On the ground to the right side. They're going to go home with it. The out is made. What an excellent, excellent defensive play to cut down that run at home.
The center fielder, number 13.
So everyone advances a base. Alvarez reaches on the fielder's choice. So Mays Brush picks up the chopper and throws out Furtado at home. The second time she's been thrown out at home plate. And there's one away, a very critical out for the Panthers. It remains 5-0 case. And Herrera swings at a bad one there in the dirt. She is eager, and she knew it too. Penny ahead of her, it's 0-1. Bases loaded. Duran at third, Jesus at second, Alvarez at first. And Pereira, line shot to the gap, base hit, that's going to score at least two. They're going to see about Alvarez. She's going to touch third. There goes Lyle Alvarez home, and there is no throw. It is a 3 RBI double for Meg Pereira. She unloads the bases. And it's 8-0 Cardinals. And the Pentucket coach going to have a conference with her players out there on the mound. So Meg Pereira with the 3 RBI double that scores Duran, DeJesus, and Alvarez. I knew the first two would score. It was a matter of Silva sent Alvarez, and she sure did. So we still only have one out in the bottom of the second inning. As the Pentucket coach continues to meet with her players out on the mound. Mia Catano is now up. She had an RBI single and later scored in the first inning.
Now batting, second baseman, number 30, Mia Catano.
This is a dangerous case lineup from top to bottom. Pentucket is getting the brunt of it here. One out still in the bottom of the second as Catano looks at a cold strike. Yeah, that's an off-speed pitch. Penny has a very, very slow off-speed pitch, but that has landed in front of the plate a few times in this game. It's going to be 1-1 anyway to Catano. And that misses up and away. It'll be 2-1. Meg Pereira at second after the bases clearing double has given the Cardinals an 8-0 lead in the bottom of the second inning. And that's in for a cold strike to Catano. It'll be 2-2 for the sophomore second baseman. And that's a little pop-up to the right side. Brush is there, no problem. And there's 2 out. Bottom of the second.
Number 5, Aubrey T-Cap.
Now it's Aubrey T-Cap, who had a 2 RBI single back in the first. That's on the ground to the right side. And no problem is made by Gabardi as she fields it and touches the bag. And that concludes the second inning. But the Cardinals match their total from the first. They played 4 more runs. They pick up 2 hits. And they strand 1. Wait, hold everything. I'm confused at what happened. I was about to write off the end of the inning, and all of a sudden...
For designated player, number 24, Maddie Silva.
So I'm with you on the silence here. Folks, I'm going to be very honest with you. I think there was some sort of interference. I think they're saying it was catcher's interference for TCAP, which is how she made it to first. I'll try to get confirmation about that in between innings. I thought it was just a pop out to first, but the umpire was saying he brought everybody back for catcher's interference. I looked away to mark my scorebook, and I look up and Case is still hitting. All right, so I stand corrected. That was not the final out of the inning. Meg Pereira up to second. I think that's going to go down as catcher's interference, I think is the call. And Silva going to just line out anyway. That ends the inning, so nothing really comes of it. So for real that time, that should be the end of the inning. Except we had an extra player was on base. I'm not sure what that was about. Let me see if we can utilize the live, the chat feature, Adam Kitchen. If anyone watching this game knows what that is and you'd like to leave me a comment in the live chat, I will be able to read it and then I can comment on that. But if you want to go back and watch, I really don't know what that call was. Again, I'm just sitting down the left field line. I see things essentially as you see them. So I'm going to put that in as TCAP officially reaching on catcher's interference. I'll see if I can ask a fan. I don't have time in between these innings right now, but maybe next inning. Did a nice job of messing up my scorebook too. So that only changed the number of runners that were left on as the Silva lined out to end the inning after that. So Case still with an 8-0 lead. Adam Kitchen, the joys of live broadcasts. You never know. You never know what's going to happen. Of course, if you're watching this game after the fact, then you'd probably be like, oh, why didn't you just go back and watch the replay? Because we're going live right now, and then we upload the live feed later on. That's why. We had an incident a couple games ago. There's a stoppage of play for a rule clarification, and I had some fans ask me, "Is like, why can't you just go back and watch the replay in the live in the van that Adam Kitchen is in?" Because we're not affiliated with the MIAA, where this is a separate freelance broadcast with the town of Swansea, so we cannot be used for instant replay purposes. Anyway, it's 8-9-1 due up for the Panthers. Evie Spalding, the DH, will be followed by Claire Champion, the right field, and back to top of the order for shortstop Sarah Freitas. And that's in for a strike. Alvarez has only given one hit so far. She does have 4 strikeouts. And then misses out low and outside. "15 live viewers. No comment, so I don't think anyone else knows what happened either. And a swing and a miss. And that's the 5th strikeout from Alvarez as Spalding is retired.
Number 2, Claire Champion.
So number 2, right fielder Claire Champion, the 9-hitter in the lineup for the Panthers due up. Sarah Freitas will follow. Number Birkinshaw, number 12, is the flex player playing left field but not hitting. And that's a called strike. That's why we saw Spalding up there hitting instead. Very right-handed heavy Pentucket lineup, as we usually see. Banu, the only left-handed hitting player, a catcher, and Champion swings and misses as the wind picks up. You can hear it on the broadcast. Believe me, I can feel it. At least it's not freezing cold and raining. And that missed. It looks like a little low. It'll go to 1-2 to Champion. Alvarez for her third inning of work, looking for strikeout number 6. And she doesn't get it on that pitch. Champion with a good eye. Falling behind early, it's 2-2. And a swing and a miss. Alvarez picks up her 6th strikeout. Claire Champion is down on strikes, and we kick back to the top of the order for Sarah Freitas, senior captain for the Panthers. And off speed from Alvarez to get it started, but that missed in the dirt. We go 1-0. 6 strikeouts for Alvarez, all of them swinging strikeouts thus far. And that's some gas from Alvarez and a foul behind from Freitas. It'll be 1-1. And a swing and a miss from Freitas as Alvarez brings the gas again. It's 1-2 to the shortstop for Pentucket. One more strike will end the inning. And the pitch from Alvarez. Oh, she thought about it but did not offer. We'll go to 2-2 to Freitas. If she were to reach, then Cam Banu, who has the only hit so far for Pentucket, would bat next. Yeah, that's low and inside. Well, count goes full for to Freitas. Alvarez still has not issued any walks in the game. He's consistently around the plate. And Freitas with a good poke to right center field. Back goes Pereira to the wall, and she's gonna dive and make the catch, falling to her knees. So a good poke from Freitas, but Pereira holds on in center. I thought for a moment that had a chance of getting out of here. And a little flair for the dramatic for Pereira. She falls down to make the catch, but secured it. And it ends up being a 1-2-3 inning for Alvarez. As the Cardinals lead 8-0, heading to the bottom of the 3rd inning. No comments in the live chat about what that stoppage of play was. I'll go with my original instinct and say catcher's interference. Adam Kitchen, how do you feel about that? Catcher's interference, is that a suitable? I guess so. So it'll be 9-1-2 for the Cardinals, due up. Olivia Williams, Sydney Furtado, and Kaylin Durand. Williams got the party started in the 2nd. She reached on an error. Although I could have been persuaded to put that in as a single. That did take a wonky hop on Freitas at short. I am not the official scorekeeper either. So what my stats are and your stats are, if you're keeping track at home, may be different.
Number 9, Olivia Williams.
Olivia Williams, the junior catcher, the elder sister to Daniela Williams, who we sometimes see as the DH, but that has been Madison Silva in this game. Williams hitting ninth, so 9-1-2 due up for the Cardinals as they lead 8-0 in the bottom of the third inning. Tyler Clark, Swansea Community Network, doing this game solo. Thank you for your support of the network as always, whether you're watching this game live on our YouTube stream or after the fact on YouTube or on our local cable access channel. I appreciate your support as always of Swansea Community Network. And Williams, the rocket shot down the line, but foul. Almost took out Shannon Silva with that. Kiara Penny for her third inning of work for the Pentucket Panthers. Cardinals have plated 8 runs so far. Off-speed pitch, very, very off-speed pitch. And that missed up.
The right fielder, number 20.
And it goes in as a walk.
Sydney.
A 5th walk so far, surrendered by Penny. And it's Eddie Furtado, who has not actually had an at-bat yet. She has 2 walks on the ground to the right side. Brush going to tag the runner, throw to first, and it's a double play. Maze Brush with a wonderful defensive play for the Panthers. She tagged Williams heading to second and then threw on to first to complete the double play. And there are very quickly 2 away in the bottom of the second for Kaylin Durand. And she looks at that one way up. Durand is 1 for 2. She singled in the first and walked in the second, and she has scored both plate appearances. And Durand chops that one foul in front of the Pentucket dugout. And another foul behind from Durand.
Stay with it, kid. You got this.
Off speed to Durand. A beautiful off-speed pitch from Penny. My goodness, that was a gem of a pitch. And Durand is down on strikes. So for the first time, the Cardinals do not plate any runs. Williams reached on the walk, was retired on the double play. And we head to the top of the 4th, and it remains an 8-0 Cardinal lead. Take another look at the MIAA tournament bracket to see, I believe the winner will get, the winner of Foxborough and Greater New Bedford Vogue, I believe is what the matchup is. I do want to confirm that before I share incorrect information. Yes, the Cardinals on Sunday defeated Boston Latin Academy with a final score of 13-0 to advance to this game against Pentucket, who beat Notre Dame Academy 8-7. Yes, it will be a matchup between the 6-seeded Foxborough High School and the 11-seeded Greater New Bedford Vogue High School. That game will be played tomorrow at Foxborough. The winner of the game would then advance to play the winner of this game, with the game being played at whatever team is the higher seed for home field advantage. If the Cardinals end up winning this game, and we might do the game, we might not. It depends on, of course, the timing, the availability of our director, Adam Kitchen, and a multitude of other factors. Wanted to bring you the first round game, but it was rescheduled to a Sunday. That just didn't really work. And to get things started in the top of the first, it's 2-3-4 for the Patriots. Going to start with Cam Bonu, who has the only hit so far for the Panthers, with a gap double back in the first inning. In fact, that was their only base runner to this point, too. Bonu, a very aggressive hitter. The only left-handed hitter in the starting lineup for the Panthers. And a swing and a miss from Bonu. One, two. Alvarez for her fourth inning of work. She didn't give up any runs in the first game against Boston Latin Academy. Still none in this game. And that's misses high. And foul behind from Bonu. And she stays alive. Yeah, misses up. It'll be a full count. Alvarez still hasn't issued any walks. And there's the ball here to be her first one. Alvarez usually pretty consistently around the zone. 3-2 pitch. And foul behind from Bonu. She stays alive. Excellent at bat. To fight off some tough pitches from Alvarez. Yeah, that missed low. It's a walk. First one surrendered by Alvarez of the game.
33, Caitlin McCoy.
And Bonu reaches first. She was trying to get the dugout pumped up in the process. And it's Caitlin McCoy, the three-hitter center fielder for Pentucket. She struck out back in the first inning. And that's a long foul behind. And a snap throw to first. Safe, diving back in, barely was Bonu. I thought she was safe from here too. Time is called. It's a snap throw from Williams. And Shannon Silva gonna come out and I think have a word about that. Yeah, umpire's going to have a word. Unbiasedly, I thought she was safe, but they're going to talk about this. And the discussion was reached. It did not take very long. You can confirm that on the replay later if she actually was safe or not.
Come on, Caitlin.
And we resume play to Caitlin McCoy. That's going to miss low and in the dirt. Bond is still making some noise at first. There's no outs. On the top of the first, only the second time into the fourth inning here that the Panthers have gotten a base runner aboard. And foul behind off the umpire. That's why he has padding. And that hurt. Let's take a little stroll behind the plate. Olivia Williams, I think, recognized it, went out to have a conference with Alvarez. And on the ground, back to Alvarez. She's going to fire to second. Got her by a step at second base. That was a good play from Alvarez, and the runner reaches it first. So Banu is out. McCoy reaches first on the fielder's choice, and there's one away now in the top of the fourth. Alvarez just turned and fired a seam to second. Got Banu by about a step. But there was little chance at a double play. It's third baseman Callie White at the plate. She struck out in the first inning that concluded matters in the top of the first. White, one of the seniors, one of the captains for Pentucket. The only senior is Sarah Freitas. And she lays down the bunt. Alvarez is going to go to first. And the sacrifice bunt is successful as McCoy makes it to second. So White is out on the sacrifice. That goes in as a 1-4 put out officially, as that went to Catano.
The pitcher, number 8. And
there are two away in the top of the first as the Panthers look to generate some offense. Kiera Penny. The pitcher swings and misses at that one. She struck out to start the second inning. Two away in the top of the fourth is where we land right now. Cardinals lead 8-0. This round of 16 matchup, the MIAA softball tournament for Division III. 3-seeded Case Cardinals taking on the 14-seeded Pentucket Panthers. The winner gets the winner of Foxborough and Greater Medford Voke. Game that will be played tomorrow afternoon. And it's 2-1 to Penny. She could give herself some run support with a single. Panthers try to get a run and foul behind. And it'll be 2-2. Penny, another one of the captains for the Panthers. And Alvarez is one strike away from stranding another runner in scoring position. And a little pop-up foul in front of the Case dugout. Penny was very behind on that swing, but did manage to stay alive. And we'll try again. Caitlin McCoy at second. Two outs in the top of the fourth. Alvarez looking for one more pitch. And a swing and a miss. She gets Penny on strikes, and that will conclude the top of the fourth as Alvarez picks up her 7th strikeout. So the Panthers don't pick up a hit, but they do get another runner on base. They've stranded 2 in the game. They trail 8-0. Heading to the bottom of inning number 4. As Lila Alvarez looks as dialed in as she usually does. 3-4-5 do it for the Cardinals. Eliana DeJesus, Lila Alvarez, and Meg Pereira. Do a quick peek of the live viewers. We're up to 15. We've been hovering around that total. No comments. That's okay. Actually, I see 13 now. It fluctuates. Well, that's a lot more than we usually get anyway, so I consider that a success. Great new feature for Swansea Community Network this year is live viewership on these spring sports. Thanks to our Swansea Community Network van that allows us to do things like this. Of course, I appreciate your support of Swansea Community Network. I've heard this spiel before. I'll say it again. I graduated from Case in 2009. I started as their cameraman for several years. Paul Summers, the late Paul Summers, was the broadcaster. And then I transitioned probably about 12 years ago or so to doing commentary work. As the Panthers finish up their warm-ups. Shannon Silva having a conversation with Eliana DeJesus as our walk-up song plays. DeJesus 2 for 2 with 2 singles and an RBI. She's also scored 2 runs as we hit the teeth of the Case lineup. Kiera Penny's 4th inning of work. The Cardinals lead this one 8-0 in the bottom of the 4th. DeJesus, Alvarez, and Pereira 3-4-5 are who's due up for the Cardinals, the danger zone of their lineup. And DeJesus looks at another ball low. It will be 2-0 to DeJesus. It's in the dirt, 3-0 to DeJesus. Cardinals did not score any runs in the last inning, but they got 4 in the first and 4 in the second. And that's a 4-pitch walk. It was the 6th walk surrendered so far from Penny as DeJesus reaches.
Number 7, Lila Alvarez.
And it's Lila Alvarez. She's 0 for 1 with a walk and a fielder's choice. And she scored twice. Alvarez taking a different approach with the 1 foot out of the box. I would not at all be surprised to see her drop a bunt. Anyone in this Case lineup can bunt. And the Panthers are expecting it, and that ball skips away, and DeJesus will advance on the wild pitch. So 6 straight balls to start the inning, and Alvarez out of the left field line, base hit to left. They're going to hold DeJesus at third. That's a good call from Silva, and Alvarez advances to second. So Alvarez with the single. She advances on the throw. That's not a double, but that's how speedy Alvarez can be. DeJesus was wisely held at third by Shannon Silva. And now the Cardinals have 2 in scoring position for Meg Pereira. And that ball skips away. DeJesus will not advance. Pereira is 1 for 1. She had a sac fly and an RBI in the first, and then a 3 RBI bases clearing double in the second. He has 2 more RBI chances here. That ball misses up and away. There's no outs in the bottom of the 4th with 2 runners in scoring position. That's DeJesus at third and Alvarez at second. And Pereira looks at a ball low and in the dirt. It's 2-1 to Pereira. Mia Catano on deck. Cardinals did not score in the 3rd inning. Going to get back into the run column in the 4th with 2 runners on. And Pereira looks at that one. Throw down to DeJesus.
The second baseman, number 30, Mia.
Was that actually ball 4?
Trying
to figure out what happened. I think that was actually ball 4. I missed the pitch. Should have a pitch counter with me. And the Pentucket coach gonna call for time. She conferences with her players, but the Cardinals once again have the bases loaded with no outs for Mia Catano as they look to break open the game.
All right, guys, here we go.
Adam, we need that scorebook that has like balls and strikes and outs, like Nesson has. I think that's beyond the capabilities of Swansea. That's what I thought. And I think a pitching change is in order for Pentucket. We'll see if I can get a number on who the new pitcher will be. I believe that is exactly what is going on. Looks like number 21. That is Galvin with the new pitcher. We can get some information about that. We'll step away here just for a brief moment or two as that pitcher warms up here at Swansea Community Network. Is number 27, Addie Finn, for Pentucket as she takes over, and an impossible situation for a pitcher to inherit with the bases loaded and no outs. But a pitching change was made by the Panthers. We will see if there's a change to the lineup, although Penny was the last out last inning. And that's a line shot to the outfield. That's a base hit. That's going to score at least one. They're going to send home the second runner as well. And Catano plates 2. And it is a 2 RBI single for Mia Catano. And it's 10-0 Cardinals. That did not take long. That was one pitch in. Still no outs. T-Cap with a chopper foul. The T-Cap is 1 for 1. She doubled in the first, 2 RBIs, and reached on a catcher's interference last inning. That was a bizarre sequence, back in the second inning. And the Cardinals look for more. They currently lead 10-0, but 2 runners on. Off-speed pitch, he's ahead of it. T-Cap to short. They're going to go the short way to third. That's a smart play. So Sarah Freitas with a smart play. They get the force play at third to get the first out of the inning. Catano to second. T-Cap reaches on the fielder's choice. And a pinch hitter as Daniela Williams will hit in the place of Madison Silva in the fourth, and she puts it on the ground. That took a weird hop. The tag out there made it second. That worked out. It took a wonky hop on brush, and Sarah Freitas ends up picking it up and tagging T-Cap at second.
Job, Sevens.
So that's the second out of the inning. Catano to third. Williams reaches on the fielder's choice.
The catcher, number 9,
And Olivia Williams due up with runners at first and third with 2 away in the bottom of the 4th. And that ball is in the dirt. Williams will take second with little opposition. Williams now with 2 runners in scoring position. And that misses up. Williams does have home run potential. We have seen it this year. We also saw it last year. Off-speed pitch is in for a strike. Very off-speed pitch from Addie Finn. 2 outs in the bottom of the 4th. Cardinals with 2 home in the inning. They lead 10-0. And in the air into the gap in left center field. That's going to score both runs. Silva touches first on her way to second. The ball comes in quickly. And Olivia Williams with a 2 RBI double. And that makes it 12-0 Case.
Number 22, Sydney Furtado.
Cardinals looking for more, though, as Shannon Silva has a conversation with the home plate umpire. We might be seeing a pinch runner, as usually what that's about. And that's exactly what we're going to see, as Williams is going to come out.
Running at second base for the Cardinals, number 11, Maddie Duquette.
And they're going to run Maddie Duquette out at second. Taking the place for Olivia Williams, that's the courtesy runner. So Case with 4 in this inning, too. They lead 12-0. As we kick back to the top of the order for Sydney Furtado, who's 0 for 1. She walked twice and ground into a double play last time. Has another runner at second. That's Duquette. Off-speed pitch. Furtado over that in the air. Right center field. Base hit. They're going to send Duquette home. Furtado going to hold it first. And we tack on another one. Furtado with the RBI single. It's 13-0 Case.
The first baseman, number 17, Kaylin.
And the Cardinals have now officially batted around. For Kaylin Duran, they played at 5 in the inning, but it's not over yet. And timeout, as Silva has a word with Duran. Adam, it's 13, by the way. And Duran, he looks at a ball up. The live stream is on a slight delay. We're all good. And Duran on the ground to Freitas. She's going to pick it up, throw on to first. And that concludes the inning. Duran grounds out to end the 4th. But the Cardinals played 5 runs. And they pick up 1, 2, 3, it looks like 4 hits. And they strand 1. That gives them 13 runs on 10 hits with 4 left on in the game. So now we hit the 5th inning, and because the Cardinals have a lead of 12 or more runs, we have triggered the mercy rule. So if the Panthers fail to score 2 or more runs in the inning, the game will end on the mercy rule. Case currently matching their number from the opening game with a 13-0 win against Boston Latin Academy, as they've matched that here. Alvarez will face 6, 7, 8. That's Brush, Gabardi, and Spalding for Pentucket. As I said, a mercy rule is in effect at the moment. If the one team is winning by 12 or more runs after the 5th inning, the game will end. The Panthers will need to score at least 2 runs to continue the game into, at minimum, the bottom of the 5th inning. And throw down on a seam.
Number 28, Maisland.
So Mays Brush, the second baseman, will begin action in the top of the 5th. 6, 7, 8. Brush, Gabarty, and Spalding, as I said, for Pentucket. Alvarez has only given up 1 hit so far in the game. That was a Cam Banu double back in the 1st inning. And no runs. 7 strikeouts. And she's ahead of Brush. 0-1. And 0-2. Alvarez looking for her 8th strikeout. She's only given up 1 walk. And that missed low. Mays Brush, the second baseman for the Panthers, up at the plate. And that's a ball outside. It'll be 2-2 from Alvarez to Brush. And good contact, but right to the Jesus, who didn't even have to take a step. It was right to her. That was a well-hit ball. And there's 1 away.
MIAA Gabarty.
And it's MIAA Gabarty, number 7 hitter and the first baseman for Pentucket. She flew out to Carvara in left field last inning. Carvara made a very good play on that. And that misses low. 1-0 to Mick Gabarty. And that missed up. Gabarty, first baseman for the Panthers. Number 18, number 7 hitter. As they look for their second hit of the game, their only hit is still the Cam Banu double back in the 1st inning. And fouled behind off of the 3-peat sign that hangs on the backstop, along with the GOAT sign for Shannon Silva. Led this team to 3 straight state championships. Of course, that was in D4. They moved to D3, as I said earlier. The case in their first year at the D3 level. Highly competitive, especially in southeastern Massachusetts, as 4 of the top 5 seeds are all from southeastern Mass. And that's a ball. DR is the 1 seed. Norton is not an SEC team, but they're still in southeastern Mass. They're the 2. Case is the 3. And Apponequet is the 5. You can also throw in the 11-seeded Bedford Vogue Bears and the 13-seeded Fairhaven Blue Devils. For the representation, high pop-up. We'll see if that's playable, and it kind of drops between everybody and over the fence. And I believe that'll be a full count on Gabarty, putting together a good at bat as the Panthers are headed down to their 11th hour in this game. 3-2 pitch from Alvarez, and pop up to the right side. Duran will look, but over on top of the batting cage. Someone will have to get that down. As we try again, the count remains full, 3-2. And another very good at bat from Gabardi as she fouls that one off. That spins in front of me along the fence. As Carvara gets that into Jesus, who will relay it back to Alvarez. It does skip away, though. That is not a live ball. There are no base runners anyway. And we still have a full count to Michaela Gabardi, who has pieced together an excellent at bat for Pentucket. And swing and a miss. Alvarez wins the battle. And there's 2 away. Alvarez picks up her 8th strikeout. The Panthers down to their last out now. It's Evie Spalding, the DH. It is only the 5th inning, but the Cardinals currently have a lead of 12 or more runs. So that would put into effect the mercy rule. Alvarez pitches to Spalding, foul behind. Spalding was a strikeout victim back in the 3rd inning. One of the currently 8 strikeouts for Alvarez. And end this game on an exclamation point by picking up her 9th. And a swing and a miss. And the Panthers are down to their last strike as Spalding falls behind 0-2 to Alvarez. One more strike and the Cardinals will advance to the round of 8. Alvarez is poised. Here's the 0-2 pitch to Spalding. And a swing and a miss. Alvarez picks up her 9th strikeout.
Ladies and gentlemen,
and
a round of applause.
that will end the game. The Cardinals will win this one by a final score of 13-0. They advance to the round of 8 where they will face the winner of Foxborough and Greater Bedford Voke High School. So final score, Case 13 and Pentucket 0. Thank you so much for tuning in and joining us here at Swansea Community Network for our live feed. This is Tyler Clark on behalf of Jonah Creaney and director Adam Kitchen. Have a wonderful night and take care, everyone. Goodbye.